This is paradise. This is a beautiful place, and with the high temperatures, people get real frustrated with that, but embrace the heat because the saguaro doesn't prosper without the high heat. The saguaro shows us about our own resilience. It shows us how we can survive.
Okay.
All right, so should we?
You want to go through that and that, or do you want
Wherever you guys say, I think.
The Bahidaj needs very hot sun. So if the weather is not that hot, that doesn't help with the process of ripening. It's a new year, new beginning for our tribe.
This starts the harvesting calendar for us. You give a blessing to start your harvest. You're thankful, you appreciate Creator. We are always taught you open the fruit, you put it on your heart, you put it on your head, and you just say thank you for the fruit, for this harvest. You're starting off with that harvest that way. I've been coming out here since I was about 7 years old. And I came out the first time with my mom. She brought me out. She was coming out to help pick, and of course I was too young at that time, so she left me here with my grandma Juana. I didn't want to stay, I wanted to go with her, so I kind of cried, and then she went off picking, and I helped my grandma Juana around here, and she was processing. She was doing some baskets at the time. My mom showed up later and I calmed down, and that was the beginning of me learning a lot about the harvest.
You can see from far away sometimes. Once your eyes are real accustomed to knowing how the crown looks, you can tell which ones are open, you can tell which ones are not open yet.
Wow, that one has a lot. It's not about taking a lot or trying to pick every saguaro. There are some saguaros that we never get to pick, and that's totally fine. We just take as much as needed and try and give back as much as we can to them.
Every Hashan is like family, Some are partnered for life and some have many families. You'll see a young one right next to one that's going down and becoming one with the earth again.
As O'odham people, we've always looked at the saguaros as people. They're humans. So they represent families and our family.
I remember when I was younger, I had a friend and she used to tell her secrets to the Hashan. Just to have something to confide in, she would go to the Hashan and she would talk to it and tell her secrets. It's very sacred to us, and we have great respect for them. When you're the bucket holder, yeah, you get hit in the head, you get hit in the face,
Okay,
you're walking around with seeds in your face. Yes. I was told that my grandma Juana was able to catch with one hand and pick with the other.
Oops, sorry, Maria.
Okay.
What we use is a kuipa. It's usually put together by wire, and that's done before the harvest starts.
Oh, that one.
If it's red and it's closed, we'll take that knife and we'll open it.
You leave the pods face up, so they're asking Creator to bring rain, and you leave those pods next to the saguaro. That's to say thank you. Thank you for the fruit.
Even while I'm picking, thank you. I say thank you for giving to my family. Thank you for being here. That's what I'm taught. That's what my family has taught me is to honor the Hashan like that.
Last year was the first year I was out here without my mom. I was a little scared, a little nervous, but once I got here, I realized, no, we've been doing this for so long. The family was here. I just had a lot of support and a lot of help, and I felt very sturdy. I felt very strong and grounded.
2 saguaros and we got almost half a bucket.
She loved being out here. People looked up to her and they sought after her knowledge, so just being her daughter, I appreciated that.
They probably wonder, why is Mom doing this, out there in the heat all the time for 3 weeks? But it plays a big role in our lives because this is our home. We were raised here.
I called her Mom. In O'odham, it's Juh. And when she was really being fussy, I call her Stella. She didn't like that, though. We have a gentleman who rode by on a motorcycle, and you'd hear him, he'd say, Stella! He'd drive by. And his name was Bobby Jack. She'd go, Bobby Jack! And then he's driving by. So yes, everybody said that name.
My Aunt Stella and I were out, and I just remember her and I were harvesting this hashan, and we're there, and all of a sudden she says, run! And I said, what? She saw the bees, and all these bees came out of this tree, and we were running and we ran as far as we could. But it was scary at the time. It was funny afterwards. They didn't chase us, but yeah. I feel her all the time, and I know she's around, and I know she's watching us. She told us, I want you and Tanisha to continue to do this. As she got older and she wasn't well, she said it more. And I always tell Tanisha, if we're not out here, I'm scared because she'll probably come and hunt us down and say, remember what I told you, you need to be out there.
Having the fresh fruit when you're out there, it's seasonal. You don't get that throughout the year. And just to open that first fruit and taste it, still tastes the same, all the juice, the seeds. Yeah, so I think that's my favorite part of it.
We make syrup and jam for our families.
That should be enough water.
Yeah, this should be good. I love the color. The Bahidaj has such a beautiful color. When it's cooking, I love the smell. Sometimes when you look at it, you can see that purplish, and then sometimes you see that dark, real red. It's very beautiful.
You can put it on pancakes, ice cream. I've seen it on goat cheese. It's got a very smoky flavor to it, and that's from the mesquite that we cook it over.
This is something that we've been doing hundreds and hundreds of years. And just like a language, it dies when you don't speak it. This is the same thing. This is a tradition. And if it's not being taught or it's not being done, it also can die.
Just as my mom taught us, because she was going to get old one day and she wasn't going to be able to harvest. She wanted us to know so we could continue and also pick for her and continue to cook the syrup. One day we'll be elders and we won't be able to pick, and there'll be the young ones here to pick for us.